Hi, sisters. I've been married for 2 years, and my wife recently suggested that we try a threesome to spice up our sex life. I was stunned to hear this from her. Thing is, she has a female friend who doesn't mind participating in the act. I'm indifferent about doing it, but I know how some women can be. What if she decides to make it a regular thing? Or what if it affects our marriage in a negative way eventually? Please advise. Olivia? Hi. Talk to me, sister. To threesome or not to threesome?
Definitely not to threesome. What are we talking about? This is mad. It's crazy. I don't know why it's being entertained. Like, I don't care what they say about, like it's the 21st century, you have to be open, you have to be, ain't no way I'm sharing my man with no woman. No. Like, it's messed up. You know, this is what breeds a lot of, like, I don't even have the adjectives to define what is going on inside my head right now. But you're opening up your marriage to what? Or your relationship to what? You have a threesome with somebody, and sex is such a powerful thing in a relationship. You're inviting somebody else onto your marriage bed. Like, your bed is supposed to be holy. It's supposed to be that time where you bond with your wife or your husband. And you're asking some other ladies, planners obey different styles. What are you going to do? Like, if she comes and she's like rocking it and doing also, what are you going to do?
This that you
Call
can't
some
do.
husband now.
Yeah, I mean that's a legit question, man.
What are you going to do? And it's true. Like, however you want to look at it. Some people are great in bed and some people aren't. Right. So assuming that this girl has got her A game on and she's doing the whole Kama Sutra and the whole 360, what are you going to do? Sit back and watch them, and then afterwards you're going to be sad? That's mad. You know what? If I were you, right, I will figure out how best I can satisfy my husband in bed. I'll do a bit of research, what I can do to make it exciting, what I can do to make it interesting. Including a third party in your marriage, in any kind of relationship, is always a bad idea. So what? If you are at work and you're busy, what are you going to do? And your husband really desperately needs to have sex. Is he going to be calling her to come in? Like, so... Like,
come and warm the bed before you get there.
Thank you. Like, how... Like, a full woman is saying, like, I can't take part. I really cannot.
Can't sing.
So, you know what? I definitely can't. But you know what? Please, let me get myself together. Don't entertain some other woman in your bed. It's a bad idea. It's not going to end well. I can see disaster from here. From STDs, you don't know who she's been with. You don't know what mind she's going to be coming into the relationship with. You know, you would have a divorce anytime soon. Spiritually, you know, what are you bringing into your marriage spiritually? Like, it's a no. It's like you're opening up how can I describe it? You're opening up the doors of your marriage to all sorts of negativity, all sorts of evil, and all sorts of craziness. Please, it's not cool. You think that, it's the 21st century, you know what's up. It is not. Both physically and spiritually, it's a bad idea. So don't. Concentrate on how best you can spice up your marriage, how best you can spice up your sex. Like, there are 1,000,001 things to do. You can research now. Information is out there. You can Google, you can YouTube, you can Instagram, you can do all of that. But, you know, you can try going somewhere else together. Change the environment in which you are intimate. If it's always inside the bedroom, change it up. Do it somewhere else. You know, like, enjoy each other. There are 1,000,001 things that you could do to enjoy intimacy, but including another person, I don't think so. So what's next? He's going to invite his friend to also come and have sex with you. And at which point in time, you know how the Bible talks about the two shall become one? So I don't think that the Bible said that two shall become three. Like, as far as my Bible is concerned, I don't know what church you go to, but Charlie, ain't nothing cool about this. So Charlie, do what you can to enjoy your marriage, but please, by all means, don't include another person.
Claudia, is it a good idea to introduce a third party into a union like that?
First question should be, are they religious? If they are not religious, then all options are on the table. Because for me, marriage is, there's no plan anywhere. It's about what works for the two of you. And now ethical infidelity is a thing. There are working models, there are discussions around it, how couples can practice it in a safe space, bring in a third person. Because I've met couples where both of them have come to that agreement. They don't share one person. Each of them has their own other person. And sometimes they share one person because then it implies one would have to be same sex and it's complicated. So there are different working models. So my first question is, are they religious? If they are not religious, what is the working model for them? What is going to make, because you see, instead of dismissing this lady's feelings right away, we need to understand why she feels a threesome is an answer to her marriage. That's the only way we can find a solution to the problem. Because you see, you can refuse her, he'll go behind your back. That's infidelity all the way. And that's why now they are coming up with ethical infidelity, where couples actually talk about options. But then in our part of the world, religion is a game changer. Adultery makes everything messy. But if they are not religious, what is stopping them from trying other things? I mean, it's not for, it can be for short term, for the two of them to explore, see how it works. If it doesn't work, you try another model. I mean, I know polyamorous couples, they are very happy. But I'm saying we live in a very religious, traditional world. The society has not accepted it. There's a lot of judgment out there. Men and women are cheating anyway. So why don't we have an open conversation about it? But from his point of view, he seems uncomfortable with what the wife is suggesting. So maybe the first step is to understand where the inadequacy is coming from. Is it from him, or is she the bored one? And then couples therapy, see if a third person is even necessary. But for me, I always feel the first step is not to dismiss the wife's suggestion. Have an honest conversation, find out why she feels that, and she's even identified her friend who can fill the gap. You know, she's thought it through. From her side, she's done all the calculations and she's thought it through. They might probably even be seeing each other already with her friend. The two of them might probably be seeing each other, and now they want to sort of like regularize it at your level. So we need to keep an open mind about these things. Sexuality has advanced and it's now very fluid. But our society is a bit hypocritical, closed, and not open to any other working models. But if they do the research and they talk to experts, they will know that this conversation is very layered and they have so many issues that they would have to tackle, especially finding out the source of the inadequacy. Is it because they need a third person, or the two of them can actually figure it out? But don't dismiss it. If you're not religious, consider all options on the table that will make the marriage work. But do it ethically, because now there are working models and there are ways of going around it. Spirituality doesn't come in if you're not religious. So that opens the debate. If you are religious, then it's even off the table. This is like a deal breaker if they are religious. But if they are not, what is stopping you from being fluid and trying other things? And the end game is what will make this marriage work in a healthy way.
Okay.
Try all the options.
Yeah, I think you've made your point. Ceci, do you hold a varied opinion?
Yeah, no, I do not. I am totally...
Which one is it?
You let me talk.
Talk.
I'm totally in agreement of the fact that he needs to ask questions. Why would she think about something as outrageous as a threesome? Ask her. Probably she's lacking somewhere when it comes to your sexual activity. So ask her, what is it that I'm not showing you all the Kama Sutra styles you are looking for? Is there something I'm not doing right? Talk to him. Talk to her, and then find out the source of her inadequacy in your sexual relationship, because in marriage, sex is nothing and everything. Okay? That is what bonds the two of you together. Now, when you're getting hitched, it was just the two of you. So I think a third party is a long shot. And you've been married for just 2 years. I don't think you have explored enough the sexual aspect of your marriage.
In 2 years, you sure?
Because marriage, 2 years down, forever to go.
Well, yeah.
Long
But
journey.
you haven't explored, like, in 2 years?
I don't think they have.
For 10 years.
I know.
Yeah, you never know.
I know. But true, talk to her. Don't just go like, what sort of silly thing are you suggesting? That would dampen her spirit. So find out from her why she's suggesting this. If there is something you can do to close that gap, please, by all means, do it. But
He said he doesn't mind. Yeah, he actually says he doesn't mind. So wow.
I think when it starts like this, at a point in time, I'm sure they'll be suggesting orgies and stuff.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because when it starts like this, you agree. At some point, human beings, we are insatiable. Okay? The more we get, the more we want. So please think it through carefully. If you are not religious, the options are on the table. Do as you please. But know that there are consequences to everything. Okay, so think about the consequences. It's very, very important. It's important.
Yeah. Okay. I think, like you said, he's indifferent. But he's worried that it might not be like a one-off thing. It might become like a regular occurrence. And that's where, his problem really is. Tough one. But I think, yes, definitely find out if there are things that you're not doing. Reason why she feels like she needs to introduce a third party. Maybe, for instance, your sex life has gone stale. There's nothing happening there. Or maybe you're not as exciting anymore and she needs extra stimulation to get there. It is what it is. So yeah, just reach out, have a good conversation with her, and look at how things will go. I wish you guys the best of luck. I don't know what else to say at this point, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay, producer, do we have more time? Okay, maybe we can do our last message. Says, hi sisters, I have 2 kids with a guy I'm not married to, and he treats me anyhow, as if I'm not human, even though my educational background is higher than his. I recently met my former boyfriend on Facebook, and we started chatting. He wants me back, has promised to marry me as soon as possible. To be honest, I still love him, but I don't know what to do. I'm confused about the whole thing. Should I leave my current boyfriend for my ex? I'll let you spend 1 minute each on this one because we're almost out of time. Ceci, I'll come to you. What do you think? 2 kids with this guy, treats her anyhow. And then there's the ex-boyfriend lurking in the background who's willing to marry her. But she says she's confused. I'm confused why she's confused.
Me too.
But yeah.
Me too. I don't get what the confusion is about. There's no confusion about this.
Right.
The fact that you have kids with him doesn't mean you are tied to him. You have kids with him. People have kids out of wedlock. They are able to have civil conversations, especially when it has to do with their children. So yeah, you can have a civil conversation, have an amicable conversation with the man, about your kids. But if you have found somebody who doesn't treat you anyhow, who loves you, you are still in love with the person, what is preventing you? I don't see what the problem is. She doesn't have a problem. There's no problem.
Right. Olivia, weigh in on this?
I feel like she could be moving from frying pan into fire, though, because when she says he treats me anyhow could mean what? You see what I mean? And I feel like her ex coming into the picture sort of all of a sudden clouded her judgment. And the question is, why did her ex leave her? Okay, and why does he want her back? And is he just using the fact that, oh, I'm married you to sort of get her attention, get her attention to have sex with her? Like, if he was so good, why didn't he stay with you? And why is he your ex? And why are you entertaining him on social media? And the thing is, she needs to have serious conversations with this guy. The word that she used for me doesn't hold water. Anyhow could mean anything. Anyhow could mean the fact that maybe she's
well, she
bored,
said, as if I'm not human. So it's obviously not pleasant. Yeah.
It could mean anything, really. Okay, it could mean that to every action there's a reaction. We haven't heard the guy's story. It's too vague for me, if you ask me. But the thing is, I feel like the fact that you had 2 kids with him, have a final last conversation with him. Find out what kind of future you guys have together. Does he intend marrying you? Find out what the options are. Take a pen and paper, list them down, because trust me, you could end up, for the sake of the kids, so you could end up going to your ex-boyfriend, and he could be just hanky-panking you, and you don't know, and you could be left with nothing, really. And you need to know whether this guy that you're in a marriage with, or no, the relationship with, is looking to be there with you full time, and then you take it from them. And I feel like things could be worked out. You didn't say he was abusing you. Well, maybe he is. I wish I had a bit more information about what you said about, him treating you anyhow and not like a human being. So, like, I need more to be able to work with, because you need to make an informed decision, and it's too vague.
Right.
But tread with caution as much as possible.
Yeah. I mean, for me, anyhow, not like a human being is definitely a negative experience. So that's pretty clear. Claudia, you have the final word.
You should leave him immediately. Because for me, anyhow is bare minimum, is nothing to work with. And for her to have contemplated going back to this ex, it means her experience with that ex is better than what she has now. That's why she's confused. Because if it was totally trash, she wouldn't even have considered this guy in the first place. And I also feel the societal narrative of re-stigmatizing and single mothers and how being with a different man with kids is also holding her back. So she needs to think of herself now. We need to live and enjoy our life. What will make her happy? She should walk away from someone who doesn't treat you like a human being. If you've been with him for 10 years, 20 years, there's no quality of life to it. You are better off being single with your kids and living your best life. So even if this ex doesn't work out, you are still going to enjoy your life with your kids. I mean, God didn't create you for this man who doesn't even value you. And I mean, the catchword is, he doesn't even treat you like a human being. So why even spend a second on him? Move on, try new things. If this ex doesn't work out, life goes on. I mean, we need to keep an open mind about, if it's 60 years you're going to live on earth, you need to concentrate on the quality of life and not what society thinks about. I strongly suspect she's holding on because she thinks she has 2 kids with a man. Right. Society is going to stigmatize her. She's going to be left behind. She's going to be judged. And so she's missing out on the unknown, the fear of the unknown, which is holding her back. But I think you should go. Leave him. Go and live your best life with your kids.
Super. I mean, I agree with Claudia. I'll end it here. Thank you so much for watching Sister on your favorite City TV. Now, don't forget, if you want some more exciting content, you can always subscribe to our YouTube channel. We call it the City Tube. And don't forget to click on the bell to receive notifications for fresh updates. Sister, every Friday at 9 p.m. only on City TV.